It was a sunny morning when four childhood friends, Mia, Joon, Suki, and Hyun, decided to reunite at the old house, where they had spent many summers together. The house, now covered in ivy and filled with dust, still held the scent of their laughter and secrets. They hadn't seen each other in years, but nostalgia and longing brought them back to that special place. Mia arrived first. As she opened the door, a shiver ran down her spine. The walls still bore the marks of their play, and the smell of aged wood made her feel at home. She remembered Joon, who always had a smile on his face, and Suki, who dreamed of becoming an artist. And Hyun, well, he had always been the most mysterious, holding secrets that no one knew. Soon, Joon appeared, his smile lighting up the room. "Mia," he exclaimed, pulling her into a warm embrace. "It's so good to be back." Suki and Hyun arrived next, and the group gathered in the old backyard where they used to play. The conversation started off light, filled with laughter and fun memories. But as the sun began to set, the atmosphere shifted. Childhood stories soon gave way to deeper topics. "Do you remember our dream of traveling the world?" Suki asked, her eyes shining. "What happened to that?" The friends exchanged meaningful glances. The truth was that life had taken them down different paths. Joon had become a successful lawyer but felt that something was missing. Mia, a passionate teacher, still dreamed of writing a book. Suki was pursuing her career as an artist but struggled with insecurity and doubt. Hyun, who had always been the most reserved, kept his secrets well guarded. As the night fell, they decided to explore the house. In the rooms, they found old photos and forgotten letters. One of them, written by Joon to Mia, brought a heavy silence. "I've always liked you, Mia," the letter said. Mia's heart raced. She had never known this. Joon, noticing her surprised expression, lowered his head, embarrassed. I didn't know how to say it," he murmured. The mood grew tense, and Suki quickly changed the subject. "Look, we found our diaries." She held up a notebook full of drawings. "Let's read them." Everyone agreed, but Hyun hesitated. He knew that his diary contained secrets that could change everything. As Suki read her childhood stories, laughing and reminiscing about dreams, Joon decided to open his diary. The pages were filled with poems he had written for Mia, expressing his deepest feelings. "I never had the courage to tell you," he said, looking into her eyes. "But you've always been the most important person to me." Mia was in shock. She had always had a crush on Joon but had never dared to admit it. Emotions surged within her. "Joon, I felt something for you too. But we were so young, and everything felt so complicated." Hyun, who had remained silent until then, finally spoke. "I have something to say too." Everyone turned to him, surprised. "I left town because I was in love with Suki, but I never managed to say it. Suki's expression was one of astonishment, and she didn't know how to react. Tension mounted, and the group fell silent. What should have been a joyful reunion was now filled with revelations. "Why didn't you ever tell me, Hyun?" Suki asked, tears in her eyes. "I always considered you a friend." Hyun felt the weight of her words. "I was afraid of ruining our friendship." But before they could process the situation, a sudden storm began to brew outside. The wind howled, and rain started pouring down, prompting them to gather in the living room. As they tried to warm up, they heard a noise coming from the attic. Curious and a bit scared, they decided to investigate. Climbing the creaky stairs, they opened the attic door and found an old, dusty box. Inside were items belonging to one of the friends, a friendship bracelet with Mia's name engraved on it, a childhood photo of all of them, and a letter in Hyun's handwriting. "What is this?" Joon asked, holding the letter. Hyun hesitated, his gaze fixed on the letter Joon was holding. "I had no idea this was here." Joon, with a trembling voice, opened the letter and began to read aloud. "Dear friends, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer with you. Life is precious, and every moment I shared with you was a gift I will never forget. I have always admired the strength and kindness of my brother. He and you will forever remain in my heart. Mia, you have always been a light in my life. My feelings for you go beyond words. You have always been special to me. Please take care of one another and never let life pull you apart. True friendships are rare and should be cherished. Always remember the love and laughter we shared. Yours, Miho." The words reverberated in the air, and the group froze, as if struck by lightning. Hyun looked at his friends, tears streaming down his face. "I never knew about this letter. My brother got sick, it all happened so fast. He went away for treatment but didn't make it." The weight of guilt and sadness enveloped the room like a heavy cloak. Mia, her heart aching, stepped closer to Hyun, her eyes filled with compassion. "I had no idea what you were going through. We were so young, and life seemed so simple." Joon, realizing the depth of the revelation, added, "That explains a lot. You always distanced yourself from us." With a choked voice, Hyun revealed what he had always kept hidden. "I didn't want to be a burden. I always admired you all, and I wanted you to be happy, even if it meant staying away." The storm outside seemed to echo the emotional turmoil unfolding within them, reflecting the confusion and pain that now unexpectedly united them. As the storm calmed, they felt their friendship had been strengthened. The reunion that began filled with nostalgia and revelations, transformed into a new beginning, where the pain of the past became the force that bound them together. And so, under the starry sky, they made a promise. "Let's meet again and explore the world together, in honor of the good old times," Suki said, her eyes sparkling. Let's create new memories and adventures, just like we did in our childhood. With renewed hearts and a new purpose, they embraced, ready to move forward, knowing that despite the challenges, true friendship would always prevail. If you enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe.